日本時間3月27日、米国時間3月26日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースは本拠地ドジャースタジアムでアリゾナ・ダイヤモンドバックスとの開幕戦に臨んだ。注目の中心は、今季もチームを牽引する大谷翔平だった。試合前、デーブ・ロバーツ監督は、戦力的には過去最高のチームだが、結果はグラウンドで証明するしかない、と語り、3連覇への挑戦に冷静な姿勢を見せた。先発の山本由伸は安定した投球で試合を作り、打線は中盤以降に爆発。大谷は四球を受けながらも冷静に出塁し、得点に絡む活躍で存在感を示した。さらに新戦力のカイル、タッカー、ムーキー、ベッツ、ウィル、スミスらも打線を支え、チームは逆転勝利を収めた。球場では優勝バナー掲揚や記念セレモニーが行われ、ファンの熱気は最高潮に達した。専門家は、このチームは歴史的なシーズンを迎える可能性がある、と評価する一方で、不確実性こそが野球の魅力だと指摘する。新たなシーズンの幕開け、ドジャースは期待と重圧を背負いながら、再び頂点を目指す旅に出た。この後は、ロバーツ監督のインタビューと大谷のハイライトをぜひご覧いただきたい。
That was the unforgettable scene back in Toronto in November, and now back inside Dodger Stadium, minutes away from the first pitch between the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks to open this 2026 season. And inside the Dodger dugout, here's manager Dave Roberts. Dave, you know as much about expectations, sometimes unreasonable expectations, as anybody. It's reasonable to assume that the Dodgers will play again in October, but it's unreasonable to assume that even the team with the best roster is a cinch to get all the way to the World Series, and you know it.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the thing is that you don't play 162 games, win 11 games in October on paper, and so the thing is for us is that we know we have a target on our backs. We know we have a talented roster, but everyone here in this clubhouse has one goal in mind. That's to, you know, get better every day and win a championship and go for that three-peat. So it's going to be a fun ride, Bob.
And last year you had to win 13 because you had to play in the wild card round and win 2 from the Reds.
Yeah, we did have to win 13. We made it a little bit tougher on ourselves last year.
The roster already strong, adds Edwin Diaz, it adds Kyle Tucker. Is this the best Dodger team, at least on paper, that you've managed?
On paper, it's the best team we've had. And I think 21, we had a very talented roster and came up short. So, you know, I think on paper, the starting pitching, the position player depth, the experience, the youth, best team we've had on paper. But again, you got to play the games.
Quickly, this is not October. It's not Yamamoto pitching Game 6, then coming back in Game 7. What's his pitch limit tonight in the opener?
I think tonight it's like 80 to 90 pitches, something like that. But he's been good. If he can be efficient and we can touch the 6, I'd love that. But, yeah, you never want to count this guy out. This guy's on a mission this year, and you can't ask for anything more from Yoshinobu. But to hand the baseball to him on opening day at Dodger Stadium, couldn't be more proud and very cool, yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Back to Dodger Stadium. Up next, the ceremonial first pitch, and then the real first pitch on opening day and night from L.A. Moments ago at Dodger Stadium, there he is, Magic Johnson, Lakers legend, who's now part of the Dodgers ownership group, and he connected with Shohei Ohtani for the ceremonial first pitch. Well, today and tonight mark the full return of baseball to the NBC network for the first time since the 2000 ALCS. But NBC's history with our national pastime runs much deeper than that, beginning with the first televised baseball game called by Red Barber in 1939, the first World Series on TV in 1947, and a relationship with the game for virtually the entire second half of the 20th century. And that legacy includes some of the game's greatest voices. Red Barber, who I mentioned a moment ago, and Mel Allen, Kurt Gowdy, Joe Garagiola, Tony Kubek, the Dodgers' own Vin Scully, Bob Uecker, and more. And now, as a new generation of baseball on NBC begins, we pass the baton, or in this case the mic, to a guy who's already distinguished himself as the TV voice of the White Sox and now the Tigers. Jason Benetti. Take it, Jason.
But no pressure. Bob, thank you so much. And let me first say, baseball is better when you are involved. You couldn't list yourself, but you are in the pantheon of greats in this game. And we are so excited to have such unique conversations every week. Two legends here, World Series hero Luis Gonzalez of the Diamondbacks, former World Series MVP Oral Hershiser. let's start with you, Oral. You heard Dave Roberts talk about it. How did the Dodgers get that third straight title?
You know, it's one thing to have star power. It is another thing to have culture and to be able to coexist among these stars. So I think that's the biggest thing going for these Dodgers, the fact that they get along, they believe in the edges of the game, the difference between winning and losing, and that gives them a very good chance to have a three-peat.
Diamondbacks last year were third in slugging in Major League Baseball. Their aim today is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. How do they deal with it?
Yeah, one of the hottest pitchers last year, especially in postseason play, the World Series MVP. This guy has a good fastball, split, and a curveball. For the Diamondbacks to be effective here, they've got to see the ball up in the strike zone.
We are also thrilled to have his former teammate Clayton Kershaw with us. He is at the edge of the hill instead of on it today. Clayton, what makes Yamamoto such a machine?
He is an absolute machine. That's a great way to describe him. It's his routine. It's how he goes about his business. And the ball just comes out of his hand like a piece of art. It really is amazing. When I tell my kids to watch people pitch, Yama's right at the top of the list. I'm excited to watch this game today. And it's a weird thing, but it's pretty awesome to be here.
Where do your eyes go as you watch him, as you tell your kids about him? What do you watch?
It's just so fluid. Like, it takes so much athleticism to be that fluid out there. He's so consistent with his delivery. He can make changes. He can make edits when he's missing by a little bit, and the repertoire is unbelievable. And it starts with his split finger, so I'm excited to watch his split tonight. That's his out pitch. That's what he's going to need against these left-handed bats at the top of the lineup, and it's pretty nasty, so we'll see how they do.
There is that starting lineup presented by Capital One for the Arizona Diamondbacks, who played the Dodgers pretty well last year. It was a 13-game series, 7 to Los Angeles, 6 to Arizona. Gentlemen, I could not think of better people to spend opening day with. I'm so thrilled to have baseball back on NBC. We are thrilled as a group. Let's have a great time tonight, shall we?
I'm looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun.
Still the haze of the pregame ceremony, the banner raise, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who threw the final pitch of the World Series, starts with strike one, Oral.
A split finger right away. When he establishes the fastball at the knees, that split is devastating. He leads him off with that.
Yeah, and Marte's not your prototypical leadoff hitter. You saw there swinging at the first pitch. A lot of times leadoff guys are taking that first pitch.
A very aggressive hitter, the 32-year-old Ketel Marte. He swings through that. It's 0-2. Now, Luis, we were talking about before the game, how did the Diamondbacks have to see Yamamoto here?
Well, you saw them swing at that first pitch down in the dirt. They have to see the ball up and try to stay to the middle part of the field and not pull off that split.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Marte takes there.
Yama's a lot of like Clayton Kershaw, where even with an 0-2 count, they don't like to waste pitches. But today, with the pitch count, try and be as efficient as possible in attack.
You heard Dave Roberts mention it to Bob pregame, seeing if they can get him through 6 as Marte catches a piece there. 3-2 again. And a swing and a miss, strike 3.
Jason, it was the splitter, and it was a good one because it was a strike for a long time before it dove out of the zone.
Boy, you see that good movement on it, just moving down and away to Marte. Just a tough pitch to stay on.
Versatile baseball player on the planet, and he launches a pull side single to open the Dodgers offense in 2026.
Boy, got a knuckle curve there right in the center part of the plate. Look at that swing. Just a beautiful swing by Ohtani. This guy is unbelievable. All the things that he can do on the baseball field.
Clayton, when Dave Roberts wanted to motivate you, what did he do?
You know, Doc's pretty hands-on. You know, I think he has a good heartbeat of what's going on in our clubhouse. And I don't know. I bet he might have a different answer than I would say. But, you know, I think at times, you know, when things aren't going great or, you know, you're not doing your best on the mound, I think he kind of gave me some space, which was probably smart because I didn't like to hear a whole lot of stuff from people. But as far as motivation, I hope I never needed to be motivated. I mean, look at this place. You're at Dodger Stadium getting to pitch in a baseball game. You shouldn't need any motivation to get out there and do your absolute best. So, but I had a ton of fun playing for Doc, and we went through our ups and downs for sure. And I'm so happy we ended it on a couple World Series championships at the end.
Anybody throw seeds at you yet from the dugout?
You know, I've gotten a few fist bumps like old times. You know, I'm in the twilight zone over here. You know, I'm kind of in the dugout, kind of not. So it's I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is a pretty weird feeling, but it's also still baseball, and I've watched a lot of games from this side of the field, so I'm having a blast.
They can look right through. We're looking at you right now. They can look right through sort of the wiring right at you.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the dugout, basically. I'm just back. Just not getting paid the same.
Just renting. Strike three from Yamamoto, who dotted Santana, a very selective hitter. No score after an inning and a half. Acting in the Will Ferrell video. Oh, look out. Ohtani gets hit by the just entering Taylor Clark, who will not be receiving any holiday cards from the Dodger fans.
Taylor Clark pitched for the Diamondbacks a few years ago, came back, signed as a free agent from Kansas City last year. You see that pitch up and in.
Ohtani just pointed at Santana. Coming to you.
A lot easier.
There goes Ohtani. That's launched to right center field. And here comes the speed you're talking about. Ohtani races around third, and he can backstroke home. An RBI double on the first hit as a Dodger for Kyle Tucker, and it's 5-2.
They got to get the ball, Kirsch.
Yeah, this first one, that's a good one. That's a good feeling to get that one out in the first game.
In that bullpen, regardless of reverse splits, and that ball smoked to center. Mookie Betts, an RBI single. It is 6-2.
Looks different coming off the bat.
Will Smith, deep to left center. Lawler is not going to get to this one. Right back at it on opening day. Will Smith, the World Series hero.
He's the Dodgers Vice President of Ticket Sales. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Welcome. What a great day, right?
It is a great day. Look at what you're wearing on your fingers here. Those are 2 championship rings.
Oh, yeah. So we have 2020 and 2024, and obviously this ring, this finger here is waiting for the ring we'll get tomorrow.
Yes, they'll have the big ring ceremony before tomorrow's game.
Absolutely. We basically have 2 parties. Today was just opening day, which is always a party and always just welcoming people back to the stadium. And then tomorrow we have the opportunity to celebrate this one last time before we put it behind us and then go on the quest for the three-peat.
Hold up that ring one more time and show me this part actually opens up here. Look at that.
Yeah, cool little feature that opens up. The base from the World Series. You have 34 sapphires there for Fernando Valenzuela. So again, just a really cool nod to this the team and what they were doing in 2024.
And do you know what this year's design is going to look like?
It's a surprise to all of us, which is just as exciting for me to be able to open it and have the same reaction I think some of the players will have.
Okay. All right, let's talk about opening day. Any surprises for today? We know that Magic Johnson will be throwing out the first pitch.
Listen, all I'll say is there's a lot of special guests, and there's a great opportunity that you're going to want to be in your seats early for. We're opening everything up basically 2:30. Auto gates will open 2:30. Stadium gates will open at the same time. The Dodgers Express from Union Station will also start at 2:30. So we want to give you enough time to get your Dodger dog, get your drinks, sit in your seat, get ready for a show, because we're definitely putting something on today.
And before the game, they will be hoisting up the championship banner.
That's right. Another banner that goes up at this stadium. So at the ballpark, we're really excited for people to come and check that out. And again, tomorrow for everyone to see the rings, to celebrate with the players, because this is just as much a celebration for the fans than it is the players. The players love to come out and win for this fan base, and so we'll continue to look to do that.
Are there seats available for tonight's game?
There is, actually. If you go to Dodgers.com/tickets, they're at $155 is the lowest I saw today, versus like SeatGeek, I think is at $170 or so is the cheapest. So if you go there, you should be able to find some tickets available for today.
All right, I'm going to ask you a little bit hard question here.
Sure.
I mean, you've seen the stories about the cost of going to a Dodger game.
Yeah.
When you consider food and parking and all that, it's the most expensive ticket in the league, or one of the most.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your response to that?
I mean, we have so much. I mean, it's one of the greatest shows, right? We're winning. Everything's consistent. We want to continue to give back to the fans in meaningful ways. And sometimes that comes with a little bit of a price. But more importantly, I think our goal is to make sure we're giving you entertainment and we're giving you something that you're going away with. All these games also have items that you're taking away. So now it's not just about the memory. Now we have the most robust promotional calendar.
You can sell it on eBay. Make some of your ticket money back.
I'm just saying. I mean, we have a Yoshi bobblehead, Ohtani's first bobblehead of like the best game. I mean, again, there's so many items that come with it, so that comes in the price.
Good
sometimes.
answer. Thank you so much. Appreciate you talking to us. Dodgers versus the Diamondbacks, 5:30 tonight. Get here early for the hoisting of the banner, and it'll be Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. We'll send it back to you.
Now I've got Mark Langell, the historian of all Dodger historians. He is joining me live here this morning. Mark, how are you feeling? This is how many seasons is this for you?
Well, this is 33 with the team and probably about 44 opening days because, you know, you got to go as a kid. And this is my favorite day of the year because you were saying how important it was. And the difference between the Game 7 in Toronto and opening day here is you're not so worried about the score. It's just the pageantry, celebrating the fact that you're finally going to open this box that says you can't touch it until March the 26th, and we don't know what's inside that box. It could be 60 Shohei home runs. It could be Yamamoto Cy Young Award. Whatever happens in the next 6 months, that's the fun part. We get to jump on the ride and just enjoy it.
Yeah, you really don't know what's going to happen, as you were saying earlier. Now, when we look at the history of the franchise, the team and the players, from Jackie Robinson in the 40s, Fernando Valenzuela in the 80s, and now Shohei Ohtani leading a new era, what stands out to you?
Well, I think just the very premise as far as the optimism, as far as what could happen. We don't know what's going to happen. And the historical things, you talked about Fernando in 1981. Nobody expected him to pitch, but injuries to Jerry Royce and Bert Hooton meant a guy had to start for a very first time his major league game. And oh, by the way, pitches a shutout, starts Fernando Mania, and a living legend forever as far as, you know, nobody will ever forget what that meant. But nobody knew 2 years ago when the team opens in Korea, what's Shohei Ohtani going to be like? How's this all going to turn out? Well, we're going to get rings tomorrow. The players will, and that's, yep.
The rings come tomorrow, guys.
Those look so shiny. Those are nice.
Yours is real.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to you guys.
It's real and it's spectacular.
Oh, I was just going to say, this is the time to celebrate. You're a nervous wreck for Game 7 of the World Series, but here you can just miss school, miss work because it's opening day at Dodger Stadium. There's no place you'd rather be.
Mark gives you permission. You hear
nobody's
that?
calling out, though, right?
I'd be a nervous wreck walking around with a real ring around my finger, you know, real World Series ring.
It's a special day.
I know, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
All right. Watch out. You might get
Yeah,
mugged
that's
in the parking lot.
There we go.
Wow. That's some
Pretty
hardware right
amazing.
there. Okay, so you've been showing us your Dodger blue all morning long. Look at this family. Thank you, Annabelle Ramirez, for sending in this photo from
Dodgers.
Carson. Loriano Chino from Moreno Valley. Wow, we love to see it. And then Jack and Jesse from Downey in their Dodgers best. Getting ready to go into the stadium.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。